Have you ever wondered what transgender celebrities looked like before they became famous? Some of these early photos may surprise you. While most fans are familiar with their polished public image, their personal journeys tell a much deeper and more complex story. In this video, you'll see remarkable before and after transformations of well-known figures, highlighting not just physical changes but the paths they've taken over the years. Stay with us as we explore these powerful transformations, the personal decisions behind them, and a few moments that may truly change how you see these celebrities. Chaz Bono. Chaz Bono's life has been defined by transformation, resilience, and decades in the public eye. Born in 1969 to Sonny Bono and Cher, he was originally named Chastity Bono and grew up surrounded by fame, attention, and constant media scrutiny. Despite that visibility, he privately struggled from a young age with a deep sense that something didn't align within him. While he did his best to meet expectations, the identity he presented to the world never fully reflected who he truly was. It often felt like playing a role that became harder to sustain over time, uncomfortable and emotionally exhausting. As the years passed, that internal conflict became impossible to ignore. Chaz gradually came to understand that living as a woman did not match his authentic self. Accepting that truth, especially within such a high-profile family, was a complex and deeply personal process. For many years, he kept much of that journey private while navigating public expectations. In the late 2000s, he made the decision to transition and began living openly as Chaz. Around the age of 40, he underwent gender-affirming procedures and hormone therapy, steps that helped him feel more at ease in his own body. He also made an impact professionally, becoming one of the first transgender men to portray a male character on mainstream television, including roles in The Secret Life of the American Teenager and American Horror Story. His mother, Cher, went through her own period of adjustment, but ultimately expressed lasting love and pride, an example of how understanding can evolve over time. Andrea Pich. Andrea Pich stands as a notable example of transformation, resilience, and quiet determination. Before gaining international recognition as a female model, she was known as Andrea Pich, a male model whose androgynous appearance drew significant attention across the fashion industry. Walking in both menswear and womenswear shows, she challenged long-standing norms and quickly became a favorite among leading designers. Her distinctive look did more than attract attention. It helped broaden conventional ideas of beauty. Still, behind that professional success was a deeply personal journey. Born in Bosnia and Herzegovina and raised in Australia, Andrea often felt different from those around her. Early experiences, such as experimenting with makeup or trying on her mother's clothing, brought moments of comfort but also confusion. While the fashion world embraced her androgyny, internally she continued to experience a sense of disconnect that success alone could not resolve. Over time, those feelings became clearer, leading her to recognize that living as a man did not align with her true identity. In 2014, she made the decision to transition, embracing life openly as a woman. This step marked both a personal milestone and a professional risk in an industry not always known for inclusivity. That decision ultimately opened new doors. Andrea went on to achieve major international recognition as one of the first openly transgender models, including appearing on the cover of GQ Portugal. Her story remains a reminder that living authentically while challenging can lead to both personal fulfillment and lasting influence. Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner's journey is one of the most widely recognized personal transformations in modern public life. Before transitioning, she was known as Bruce Jenner, an Olympic athlete who rose to international fame after winning the gold medal in the decathlon at the 1976 Summer Olympics. That victory made her a symbol of discipline and achievement across the United States. Yet behind that success was a deeply personal and long-standing struggle with gender identity. From an early age, Caitlyn has spoken about feeling different, trying to make sense of emotions that were rarely discussed openly at the time. In private, she occasionally experimented with women's clothing, searching for clarity while carefully keeping those feelings hidden. To manage that inner conflict, she focused intensely on athletics, eventually reaching the highest level of success. However, even Olympic recognition did not resolve the sense of disconnect she carried for decades. Publicly, her life appeared full with multiple marriages, including to Linda Thompson and later Kris Jenner, and a visible role on the television series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Privately, the struggle continued. In 2015, at age 65, she made the decision to transition publicly, introducing herself as Caitlyn. Her Vanity Fair cover, featuring the headline, "Call Me Caitlyn," became a defining cultural moment that brought new visibility to transgender experiences. While the announcement came as a surprise to many, her family expressed support over time. Caitlyn Jenner's story reflects not only public recognition, but also the enduring importance of living authentically, regardless of when that journey begins. Leverne Cox. Leverne Cox is widely regarded as one of the most influential transgender figures in modern entertainment. She gained national recognition for her role as Sophia Bursay on Orange is the New Black, portraying a transgender woman navigating life in prison with depth, dignity, and emotional strength. Long before that success, however, her journey was shaped by hardship, resilience, and a deep commitment to living authentically. Born in Mobile, Alabama, Leverne understood from an early age that she was different. Her natural femininity often made her a target for bullying and misunderstanding. Rather than diminishing her sense of self, these experiences gradually helped build emotional resilience. Dance became one of her earliest outlets for expression, offering both structure and a sense of identity. Although her mother initially discouraged pursuits like ballet due to traditional expectations, Leverne continued to follow her passion, using performance as a way to better understand herself. Growing up in a religious environment added another layer of difficulty. She often felt that her identity was not accepted, leading to periods of deep internal struggle. At a young age, she survived a suicide attempt, an experience she has openly discussed as a turning point in her life. After moving to New York, Leverne began to more fully embrace her identity and continued her transition, stepping into a more authentic version of herself. Her breakthrough came with Orange is the New Black, but her influence extended far beyond acting. She became a prominent advocate for transgender rights, promoting visibility, respect, and equal opportunity. Today, Leverne Cox remains a symbol of perseverance and hope, demonstrating how personal truth, even when hard-earned, can inspire lasting change. Fallon Fox. Fallon Fox remains a figure associated with both recognition and ongoing debate, particularly in discussions surrounding transgender athletes in professional sports. Born in Toledo, Ohio, she has spoken about feeling different from an early age, identifying more closely with femininity while growing up in a traditionally structured environment. When Fallon eventually shared that she was transgender, the response from her family was difficult. Like many families at the time, there was a lack of understanding, and she experienced rejection, along with the challenges of conversion therapy. Despite this, she remained certain of her identity. Determined to live authentically, Fallon later transitioned, doing so largely without family support and facing both emotional and physical challenges along the way. She went on to pursue a career in mixed martial arts, entering a highly competitive and physically demanding field. Fallon became one of the first openly transgender women to compete professionally in MMA, stepping into the cage with discipline and focus. Her career also drew significant public attention and controversy. Questions surrounding fairness and competitive balance followed her, reflecting a broader and ongoing discussion within the world of sports. Prior to publicly coming out, she competed without widespread scrutiny. Afterward, public perception shifted, and she became a focal point of debate. Despite this, Fallon Fox continued her career and used her platform to speak about inclusion, emphasizing that transgender athletes should have the opportunity to compete. Her story reflects persistence, not only in the ring, but also in facing public scrutiny beyond it. Jennings. Jennings has become one of the most recognized voices in raising awareness about the transgender experience, particularly for young people and their families. She first came to national attention at the age of 6 during an interview with Barbara Walters, where she openly shared that although she was assigned male at birth, she understood herself to be a girl. Even at a young age, Chaz demonstrated a clear and consistent sense of identity. She was naturally drawn to traditionally feminine clothing and did not hesitate to correct others when they referred to her as a boy. Like many children trying to make sense of complex feelings, she searched for ways to explain her experience, sometimes imagining simple or imaginative solutions to bridge the gap between how she felt and how she was seen. These early moments reflected how deeply rooted her identity was. What made Chaz's journey especially notable was the support of her family. After an initial period of adjustment and learning, they embraced her fully, providing the stability and encouragement she needed to grow with confidence. That foundation played a central role in shaping her path. As she grew older, Chaz chose to share her experience publicly. Through interviews and her reality series, I Am Chaz, she helped bring visibility to the lives of transgender youth, offering education and perspective to a wide audience. Her story continues to highlight the importance of understanding and family support, showing how acceptance can have a lasting impact on a young person's life. Carmen Carrera. Carmen Carrera first came to public attention as a contestant on Season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race, where her striking presence and confident performances quickly set her apart. At that time, she was widely known as a drag performer, but her personal journey was still unfolding. Following the show, Carmen entered a new chapter in her life, choosing to transition and live openly as a woman. Doing so in the public eye brought its own challenges. Many viewers who had first encountered her through drag found it difficult to distinguish between performance and personal identity. Despite this, Carmen remained committed to living authentically, even when faced with misunderstanding or criticism. Her experience also contributed to broader conversations about respect, identity, and language, both within the entertainment industry and the LGBTQ+ community. A notable moment came when she spoke out about a controversial segment on RuPaul's Drag Race that included language many considered insensitive toward transgender individuals. By addressing the issue publicly, Carmen helped raise awareness and encouraged more thoughtful representation moving forward. Beyond reality television, she built a career in modeling and advocacy. Carmen became one of the early transgender women to appear in major fashion campaigns and editorial features, helping expand visibility in mainstream media. Through her continued work, she has promoted acceptance, dignity, and inclusion. Carmen Carrera's story reflects not only personal transformation, but also the impact of challenging perceptions and encouraging greater understanding in a changing cultural landscape. Irvin. Irvin is a distinctive presence in both fashion and entertainment, known for her striking appearance and commanding presence. Before publicly embracing her identity, she lived under the name William. Even then, her height, standing approximately 6 feet 8 inches, made her impossible to overlook. Over time, Erica came to define visibility and confidence on her own terms. Today, she is widely recognized as one of the tallest professional female models in the world, a distinction that sets her apart in an industry already centered on uniqueness. While her physical presence draws attention, her story goes far beyond appearance. Like many transgender individuals, Erica's path toward authenticity required reflection, resilience, and the courage to navigate uncertainty. In interviews, she has spoken about receiving encouragement from those around her. One suggestion was to spend time in Sweden, a country often associated with openness and acceptance, as a supportive environment during a significant period in her life. Whether symbolic or practical, that advice reflected the importance of finding spaces where personal growth feels possible. Beyond modeling, Erica expanded her career into television. She appeared as Amazon Eve in American Horror Story Freak Show, where her presence added a memorable dimension to the series. Through her work and visibility, Irvin's story highlights strength, individuality, and the idea that what sets someone apart can become a defining source of confidence. If you found this video helpful or enjoyable, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel to support me. Your support is a huge motivation for me to keep creating better content in the future.